Creations Wreaths and Things, and I wanted to come on with you guys and show you guys a teacher's wreath that I'm making. This is my go-to method of making this wreath when I do a teacher's wreath, which you can use this wreath for any occasion and for any reason. A teacher asked me to make a wreath for the color of her school. She's at Hickory Flat Elementary, and their colors is green and black. And she asked me to make her wreath. So I figured, hey, why not show you guys how I'm doing this? So let's get into the supplies that I'm using today. These are the ribbons that I'm using. You know, white, black, the black and white polka dot, and then we got the green here on the side. I've already cut my ribbon to 13 inches. 13 inches, that's what my ribbon is cut to. We're using this deco poly mesh right here, which is black with the white stripes, the border stripes. The green deco poly mesh that has the foil going through it. And I'm not sure if I'm going to put in a dab or two of the white. I don't think so, but I got it out anyway, just in case. The teacher's initial is a T, so she asked me to put a T on it. And what I did was, since the colors was white, green and black, I actually painted the inside of the T, if you can see it, the inside of the T black, and then made the top green. I did have white on it at first because I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to put it, but I changed it and put the green on the top with the black as an outline to make it stand out. So we got the T. Now this is the paint that I use. They sell it at Hobby Lobby, Walmart, just any everyday paint, very inexpensive. So that's the paint that I use. This is called Kelly Green, and this is just plain black. I'm also going to use a 12-inch wire reform. I like 12 inches for teachers' doors because it's not too big and it's not too small. If you go to the 14-inch, the wreath is, to me, is going to be way too big. It overpowers the door inside of a school hallway. So I think right in that, 12-inch, and maybe even a 10-inch work form, if you want to use that, will probably work well. But today I'm using a 12-inch wire work form, and I get this form from Walmart. I don't bother order it. I just go to Walmart and pick them up. They're like a couple of bucks a piece. So I go to Walmart and I get a whole slew of them when they have them. So I don't even order them. That's where I get them from. So I've already cut my mesh, which is here, and I cut the green and the black with the white border, and I cut it to 25 inches long. Normally I cut my mesh to 20 or either 30 inches long, but I wanted to go in the middle and I wanted to try it out and see how it would look. This green mesh is very thin, so I wanted those extra inches just to get better coverage, because this green is very, very thin. So you just have to cut a little bit more mesh. So instead of cutting 20, I cut 25. I thought 30 would be too much, but hey, if you want to cut 20 or you want to cut 30, by all means do so. I'm just going to try the 25 for today. Now let's go on how I put it. Matter of fact, before I do that, how you doing today? When you check in with me, say hello. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're checking in from. Also, if you could do me a favor, let me know if you like this view. This is a new view I'm trying out. I really like it because you can really see what I'm doing. You are looking directly down at what I'm doing. So when you sit down at your table and you want to copy off what I'm doing, you want to learn how to do the wreath style that I'm doing, then you can see exactly how it's supposed to look. So when you come on, please let me know that you're on. Let me know who you are. Let me know where you're checking in from. I would love to speak to you guys. I love doing these things to help people out when they want to learn how to make their wreaths. So hey, once you check in, let me know you're checking in and what wreaths you do, what kind of wreaths you do. If you're just getting started, you're lost, hey, I'm the person to come to. Definitely check me out. I'm going to clean up my work area, and then we're going to break down how to do this wreath. But while I'm doing that, I want you to, hey, go get your wreath form. Go get some mesh. Go get a letter. You don't even have to have one. If you got a sign, if you don't want to put nothing on at all, it's fine. Go get some ribbon, cut it to 13 inches, and let's get to making a wreath. All right, let me clean up my area here. we need to cut one more of the mesh. I'm going to put the ribbon to the side. Put the T to the side for right now. I'm definitely finished with the paint. Oh, over there. All right. Let's get the area cleaned off here. All right. So this is our 12-inch work form. Our wired work form, and this is how I put my Chanel stems. Or pipe cleaners, that's what these are called, Chanel stems or pipe cleaners. What I do is I just find a random place that I put it on the wreath form. See, I got one spot right here, right? I put it there and then I lay it down. I give it 2 twists and then I lay it down. Then what I did was, that's where I attached my second one. And that's what I did going around the whole wreath on the outside form. And I wrapped it around the outside and the next ring up from there. So the 2 rings closest together, that's what I tied it around to. I don't tie it around one, I tied it around 2. So then I went around the bottom of the wreath, the outside of the wreath rather, and I did the same thing. See, that's meet up to there. You fold this down, it meets up to this one. You fold this one down, it meets up with this one, and so on. And I did the same thing on the middle too. And what it came out to be, once I put them all in, I laid them down, I mashed them up, it came up to I put on 12 Chanel stems. So it's 12 of the Chanel stems up here. So when you cut your ribbon, okay, so you're going to need 12 so it can fit into every one of the Chanel stems. You're also going to need 12 cuts of your green and your black with the white border mesh, or whatever color mesh that you decide to use. I'm just doing a teacher's wreath today, but you can use this to do any one you want to do. You could be doing a full wreath, you could be doing a Christmas wreath. It's whatever you want to do, absolutely. This is just a method, and you can use it any type of wreath you want to use it on. All right, so we need to cut one more because I think that's 11. So this is how I cut it. I put my mesh together, and this mesh, they stick together, so you just got to be a little patient with it. But I roll it out on my mat. I line it up. Now I haven't brought a mesh holder. You know, some designers have that. I haven't gotten that fancy smancy yet. I just hold it with my hand. I find the 25-inch mark on my cutting board, and then I cut straight across. And that's how I cut my mesh. So it's just that easy, ladies and gentlemen. That's how I cut my mesh. No science to it whatsoever. And we can put this away. All right, so we're going to bring this here. So I hope you guys are following along. Definitely get your wire form. It can be a 14-inch. Just know you have to put a little bit more Chanel stems up there. Probably another 2. And then you have to you have to use some more mesh. Probably another 2 or 3 rolls. And you can do the same exact thing. Also, I wanted to show you about my T. How are we going to attach the letter? I've already stapled it down with the Chanel stem, and this is a pretty thick piece of wood. And yes, the back is white because, like I told you again, I had started to make this white and then I changed my mind. So now I'm going to do is after I stapled it, now I'm going to glue it to give it just the added extra security. And you know, guys, I love my cordless glue gun. I love it. Put some glue up there. And what you just saw me do with my hand, I don't recommend anybody do because the glue is really hot. But I don't want the glue running down the side of my T. So I just gave it a little push up with my hand to make sure none is running down the side of my T. That's all. The glue is hot. I'm so used to it now. I still get burnt, but I'm used to it now. Doesn't bother me as much as it used to. So I don't suggest you do that. Just put just a little bit enough up there where you won't see the glue. So right here you can see the glue. Where I put it right here and down here. We're going to set this aside and let it dry. We got to get all these glue strings all over the place. So we're going to put that up here and let that dry. All right. Now on to the work form. Let's take our black and white. And what we're going to do, I love the method of the cruffle, which is what we're going to use to hold it down. Let's just use my water bottle. So now you can use anything you want. You can find something heavy, use your scissors, whatever you want. What you call a cruffle is you roll the ends, and I love rolling the ends because when you do that, these little edges get tucked under so they don't show on your wreath as much and they don't fray as much. Okay, so you take this, you roll it once, twice, 3 times, and you can only do it twice if you want. It's up to you. Remember, this is your art. You make it the way you want to. You know my saying. I say it all the time. Make it your art. Make it the way you want to. So I'm taking it, I'm rolling it. 1, 2, 3. Now once I roll it that 3rd time, then I'm going to cruffle, which I'm going to take these fingers and I'm going to push this mesh to me. I'm going to pull it to me rather. I'm pulling it to me. Trying to stay in the middle. I get to this end. I pull that off. Then I put it back on because I want to keep it tight, because what I'm going to do is I'm putting the green on top of it. So we can actually put it up here and just put it up there so I can show you. So this is going to go on the inside. So find any one of the inside ties. Push it down and give it 1 twist. Pull it over to the side. Now we put this mesh up here like this, right? The next time we put it up, it's going to be across. So it's going to be totally full all the way around. It's going to be like a little wavy circle all the way around. So we hold one end down with whatever you like, your scissors, your stapler, your whatever. I'm just using my water bottle. It's the closest thing I can grab. You don't have to use your water bottle. So you roll 1, 2, 3. And this mesh is very thin. And you go 1, 2, 3. And this mesh also has a lot of fraying ends. So this being tucked under, the ends being tucked under for this green mesh is perfect, because it hides, or you don't even see it. You see? You see any fray ends? Nope. You don't see it? Want to know why? Because we tucked it away. Alright, let's go right here. We're going to put this right on top. Push it down. And you give it 1, 2 twists. We're not going to twist it all the way. You want to know why? Because we got ribbon to put in there. So now when you look at it, see, you got the ruffles on this side here, ruffle at the bottom with the green, ruffles on this side, and then ruffles on the top. And that's the way we want it to look. And as you put more stuff in it, it's more full it's going to get. So now we're going to go to the next here. And what we're going to do is we're going to alternate. We put the black and white border stripe on the bottom for the first one, with the green on the top. For the second one, we put the green at the bottom and the black and white border on the top. So let's get our green. And this green likes to stick to everything, so don't get upset with it, ladies and gentlemen. It'll be all right. Just work with it. So you take your green, you tuck it under. 1, 2, 3. Good roll. You want to take it on this side. One, 2, 3, and then we want to pull the mesh to us. Got that nice little bow tie effect. That's what you have. Nice little bow tie effect. And you put it down in your wreath. Next tie. You push it down. You give it one good twist. And then you pick up this black and white border mesh. That side is going to lean up. Take the black and white border mesh. And you do this all the way around the wreath. You just fill everything up. So hey, when you come and check in, let me know who you are. Let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know if you like the view, because I'm trying out this new view. I'm hoping it's better. I like it. I think it shows you guys exactly what I'm doing in hand placement and everything else. And exactly how it's supposed to look. So now I'm pulling the mesh to me. And we want to put it on this way. So we stick it down in that green. Push this down. And we give it two good twists. 1, 2. And then we fluff it up. That's what we have going on so far. I think it's going to be a great wreath. It's going to be really nice for a teacher's door. I think she's going to love it. I've already done other work that she loved. That she's brought several wreaths for me, and she's loved them all. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and we want to pull the mesh to yourself. Pull the ends together. Pinch it like a bow tie, then find your next available chenille stem, open it up, and put it down in there. Remember to push it down when you go to tie it in, because you want it to have a good hold. Pick that green mesh up, that's next to it. How's everybody enjoying this Sunday? Mine has been pretty good. I actually got booked to do a Labor Day birthday party. So I'm going to enjoy doing that for Labor Day. So it's wound up being a very productive day for me. Did that, and I'll probably make another wreath later on today, because I got to, I don't know if you guys heard my news, but I will be at the Riverfest that goes on in Canton, Georgia, September 25th and 26th. At Edible Park. So you guys make sure you come out and see me. Let's put this right on top of the black and white mesh. But yeah, I'm going to be at Edible Park. If I'm not mistaken, it's Edible Park, and it's September 25th and 26th. There's going to be a vendor there, so you'll be able to come and see my wreaths in person, get to feel and touch them. I'll be happy to see you guys. So with that being said, I have to make some good inventory for you guys. So I have to get in here and get some wreaths done. Probably do some door swags. I gotta do some centerpieces. So I'm gonna be a busy bee. A busy bee. Alright. Tuck it under. Go 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Remember, this is not rocket science. I say it all the time. This is your art. You make it your own. So nothing has to be perfect. Turn this over, put this down in the chenille stem, and it tries to stick to each other. Just be patient with it. All right, you pick this up to that side, so it fills it right on up. The black and white on top. 1, 2, 3. And you can find anything. Those are like clips that you get for your potato chips. They also have clips at the Dollar Tree. They have the potato chip clips at the Dollar Tree, or you can use the clothes hangers. 1, 2, 3, and you just pull a mesh to you to hold your mesh. But you're gonna need something to hold it. Well, I do anyway. Put it that way. Maybe you're much more talented than me, and you can roll one side, hold it in your hand, and then roll the other side. I've seen some people do it. I'm not that talented. I need help. And you twist it twice. Uh-oh. And then you just fluff it up. Just give it a little fluff. Because you're going to have to fluff it again. Just a little fluff. And the black and white at the bottom. And we're just alternating. This is the inside. Chanel stems. We haven't even did the outside yet. And you see how full this wreath is. You see how full it's going to be? That's why when I said, you know, I wouldn't do a 14-inch for a teacher's door, because you see how full that is. Can you imagine if it was on a 14-inch work form, reform, or 18-inch? It would be huge. I think that would be a little bit too much for a teacher's classroom door, but hey, that's just me. You want to make it on an 18 or 14, or hey, have at it. All right, this is the last one on the top. I'm going to make sure I didn't miss any. That's done. That's done. That's done. Yep. And then we want the green. What's great about it is if you think you missed something, you can just look, turn it over, and see if you missed a spot. Twist it, just give it a couple of rolls to make sure you tuck those ends down, and then you just pull the mesh to you. Try to stay in the middle. Like I said, if it ain't perfect, nah, it'll be fine. This green, ugh, I'm gonna stick to everything. Alright. 2 twists. And pick that up. And there you go. Now this is just for the inside ring, and it's already covering the reform. Look at that. Look at that. It's covering the reform. Let me make sure I did it right. The green at the bottom, black at the bottom, green at the bottom, black on the bottom, green at the bottom. Yep. There you go. You see how full it is. Now let's go to the bottom. You can start with any color on the top and bottom when you start at the bottom, so don't worry about it. So when you're checking in, make sure you say hello. Let me know you're checking in. I would love to know who's watching me today. 3. And you want to roll it to you. And this is what they call a cruffle, the cruffle method. With the rolls at the end, cruffles, bringing it together. Well, really it's a ruffle bringing it together. So, okay, we're going to find the Chanel stem on the bottom. You start anywhere. No rhyme or reason, just anywhere. You push it down and you give it a good 1 twist. There you go. And you go with your green. And it's only 12 of them, so it's not a lot you have to do. I do apologize if my camera keep moving. I do have it on like a cord. It's connected on the cord, so whenever that cord moves, it shakes the camera. So I do apologize. You know, y'all know I'm a work in progress. This is my hobby. I'm turning into a business, so I'm not too fancy yet, but hopefully with you guys' help, I can get there. I can get a little fancy and have it on a stand that's permanent. Then I don't have to worry about it moving. And you just tuck it under. And then you just pull it to yourself. And you know we want to put it across. And now it's going to get tight in here because everybody's fighting for a little space. But you want to know what? You want that to happen. Because that means you have a full wreath. You don't have a wreath that's going to have holes where you can see through it. Not this wreath. Not on this one. So we want to go to our next one. Get that one ready. I think we did the black at the bottom on that one, so now we want to go green on the bottom. Down in there. We have the Chanel stem right there. Like I said, you're gonna have to fight for a little space. You just push it down in there. And give it one good twist. And you just pick it up to put it right with the other mesh. There you go. And that's a good feeling when you have to fight to get your mesh in there, ladies and gentlemen, because that means that you have a full wreath. Not a little flimsy wreath. It's a full wreath. To you. Remember, this is what I call a teacher's wreath, only because a teacher asked me to make it for her. This is on a 12-inch wired wreath form that I got at Walmart. What I'm using is green deco mesh that's got the foil running through it, and I'm using a black and white border stripe mesh. That's what we're using today. See how full that is? Look at that. Beautiful. So we want to find our next Chanel stem, which is right here. And we could have started at the bottom or the top. It still would have been full either which way. Because I got a customer ask a viewer, hey, why did you start at the top? It looks like it's so hard for you to get to the bottom. It would have been difficult either which way. This wreath is very full. So we want black and white at the bottom. So we used green at the bottom last time. Yep. So we want the black and white at the bottom. We're almost done with this. Then we get to go to the fun part, which is the ribbon. Love doing ribbon. And hey, ladies and gentlemen, did y'all go to Sam's Club and Costco's and get your ribbon? I did a video. They have their holiday ribbon in now. You gotta get on over there and get your ribbon from Sam's Club or Costco's. You know they got those 50 yards, only $6, $6.97 and $6.99. You can't go wrong with that, ladies and gentlemen. That is the best. I love when they get in their ribbon. They get their spring ribbon in. I love it. They get their holiday ribbon in because it's good ribbon. Is it the most expensive ribbon? No. Is it the absolute best quality? No. No. But it's still good ribbon. So make sure if you're doing ribbon work that you go get yourself some ribbon. That's cost effective. Because on some websites you try to order the 50-yard roll, it's $20. It's close to $20, if not more. Open that Chanel stem up, and you push it right down on top of that black and white border mesh. Push it down, give it a good push, and give it a good 1-2 twist. And then you just fluff it out a little bit. fighting with the ribbon over here and it's fighting with the other mesh. That's all right. We'll show them who's boss. So now I gotta go with green. Green at the bottom and a border mesh at the top. Alright, I'm gonna tuck it in. Remember, we're doing the crumple method, which is rolling the ends a couple of times. And then we're cruffling them up together. Push it down in there. We cut our wondering how long we cut our deco mesh was 25 inches. Our ribbon cut, we cut 12 of them, but they are at 13 inches. So we have 12 chenille stems we have to fill in. So we cut 12 of the ribbon at 13 inches. We painted the letter T. The inside is a black. Inside is a black and the top is green. And you guys, if you get this black and white border mesh, this you can use so many ways. Right now when I'm thinking about it, the first thing that hits my mind right now is Halloween. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking in my head about what Halloween decoration wreath I can use with this black and white striped border mesh. Ooh, Halloween is screaming Halloween. I'm gonna have to do the Halloween wreath with this one. I'm gonna have to. So we want the black and white. Let me ask you guys a question. I've seen some designers do it both ways. I have done it both ways. But I want you guys to tell me what you prefer for me to do. I do my wreaths either from the complete beginning, showing you step 1 to the finished step. I've also done a wreath where half of it was done. And then I showed you the finish. I finished it with you and showed you the finished product. Which one do you guys prefer? Do you guys prefer to see me do it completely from the beginning? Or do you guys prefer to see it halfway done and then me finish it with you guys? Let me know. Let me know. I was wondering that. The majority, what do you prefer? You prefer it halfway done? Or do you prefer it with me starting from the beginning, showing you every step to the end? To the finished product of the wreath. Again, we're just tucking in the ends. And then cruffling the rest of it together. You're putting this on top of the black and white border mesh, and it's just snagging up with all this ribbon. Let me move it over here. And then some may fall on the floor, but hey, I'll get it. Push it down in there. And we give it a 1-2 twists. And you just fluff it out a little bit. We got another one right here. I am loving how, look how full this is. Look how full this is. Look how full this is. And we haven't even put the ribbon up here yet. I mean, really? So we want green first. We had the black first for that one. So the green first. walk it. Put it the long way. Let me push it down. And just fluff it up against the mesh next to it. Let's get the black and white here. I'm really feeling this black and white. Woo! Deco mesh. Alright. Let's put this down in there. We have to fight for space. That's a good thing. Give it a two good twists. Fluff it against the mesh that's next to it. There you go. We should have one more left, and that's what we do. We have one left, and we're done with the deco mesh, and we go on to the ribbon. Black and white. Hey guys, what do you think about this view? Do you think this view is a good view? I'm hoping it is. I'm trying to give you guys a great view. So you can see exactly my hand placement. You can see what's going on. You can see how it's supposed to look. I figure you guys don't need to be looking at my face too much anyway. You don't want to see the mug. You don't want to see the mug. You want to see what I'm doing. Not really worrying about what I look like. You're just worrying about how I design. I know. And that's all right with me. All right. One for the deco mesh. Let's get that down in there. Let's give it a 1-2 twist. Look at that. I know it's still fighting over here with the ribbon. I know. Look at that. Look how full that is. Now I know in the camera you may not get the full, the green may look a little teal, but it is not teal. It is like a Kelly green. It's a true green. And it's up against this black and white water mesh, which I think is great. Black and white water mesh. Let's see. Now the T is going to go on it. I think I'm going to have the T at the top, and I'm going to have some sort of bow at the bottom. That's how I'm going to do that. What you guys think? Do you guys think I should have the T at the top, or you think I should have the T at the bottom? I don't want to have it in the middle. That's the middle. I mean, it could go in the middle, but I think it would be cuter if we put it at the top, and then we have a big pretty bow right here. You know, big nice fabulous bow right here. But do you see how full that is? Look how thick that is. How full that is. This is a 12-inch reform. You see how big that is? It actually made, let's see how big it is. Let's measure it. It's a 21-inch wreath. That's pretty big. All right. Let's put some ribbon in. All right. They got all messed up over here, so we're going to have to work with it. Got all mangled up because I had it all separate, but of course this mesh had to ruin that, so we're just gonna go with it. I had it where I have one think I may just do it all green and black, since there's enough white showing through with this poly deco mesh. I think I'm just going to have it green and black coming out, because I don't want the white too overpowering. And right now I see the green, but it's still, to me, it's not enough green for me. I'm just cutting off some of these little riggedy ends that I see right here in front of me. That's what you have to do. You will see some fraying, all deco mesh frays, so it happens. So what I did was I cut my ribbon at 13 inches, and then I dovetail the ends. Right? See that dovetail? Now how you do that is, after you cut your ribbon, you bend it. See how I bend it? And you take your scissor and you cut on an angle from the folded end out. So you bend it, and this is the folded end, and you cut it out, and you will get a dovetail like that. And I did that to all my ribbon. Then I find my center of my ribbon, and I find a Chanel stem and put it in. That's all I do. And I do this all the way around my wreath. And I don't think I'm going to use the white. I cut it, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I think I'm just going to keep it the black and the green. And since I'm not putting anything else, adding any type of other embellishments on this besides a bow, I'm going to go ahead and I twist it like 2 or 3 times after I put the ribbon in. And then I'm just going to cut it and tuck it under. Get another black and gold one, put it on top of each other. You fold it to get the center, because you're lining up the ends. You find that center, you pinch it in that center, and you go to the next Chanel stem. And you do this all the way around the wreath. And you give it a couple of good twists to get it in there really, really well. And then you take your wire cutter, you cut off the excess, and then you just tuck it down in there. And that's all you do. And I haven't fluffed out my ribbon, I'm just leaving it for now. I will fluff it at the end. So you're going to go all around the ribbon, all around the wreath, and put your green and black in. I'm not going to do the white. I've decided. One thing 1 minute, and you can change it in the next. I love it. I love it. All right, let's find the next one. Twist it a couple of times just to make sure it's secure in there. Cut it off, and then you tuck it down in there. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Alright, moving on. Everybody getting ready for Monday. Got to get back to work or get back to school. Ready to do this year. Oof, last year was horrible. So hopefully we don't have the same thing this year. Hopefully not. So, giving it a couple of good twists. And it all depends on you how many twists you're going to do. 3, 4, 5. It all depends on you. Whatever you feel comfortable, however you feel is secure. It's all up to you. I think I'm really liking the black and the green. I think the white on the border was too much. I mean, it was what we needed. We didn't really need any more white with the ribbon. And don't be like, oh, well, now we cut the ribbon. What are we going to use it for? Are you kidding me? White ribbon you can use for anything. Anything. That's never going to go to waste. Never. Never going to go to waste. So you don't have to worry about that. I've already cut the mesh, and I don't know if I've already cut my ribbon, It's already cut. I can't use it for anything else. Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You know, I went to Costco's, and I think it was Costco's I found the white ribbon in. You know, I brought like as many as I could that they had, because you can use white ribbon Valentine, Christmas, Easter, I mean Halloween, I mean the list goes on and on. For everything, every one of the holidays you can use white with. Now that's how it looks with the ribbon on it. And it's hard to see on video, but I'm telling you, this Kelly green and black is awesome. So let's go to the outside. And we're just doing the same. We're going to find an open Chanel stem and we're going to stick the ribbon in there. Now my bow is going to have some white in it. Not a lot, but it'll have some white in it, just a little bit, when I make my bow. So what you guys think so far? I think it looks great. I mean, this color, I mean, in person, this color is like, wow. Really gorgeous. And this black and white border mesh is awesome. Awesome. And like I said, so many different things you can use this black and white border mesh for. But I know right off the top, what I'm thinking is Halloween, which I gotta get to making. And just to recap, this is a 12-inch wire wreath form that I purchased at Walmart. I don't bother order it, I'll just get it when it's at Walmart. It has 12 nail stems tied to it. And if you go back to when you watch the replay, you can see how I attached it to the wire frame. Then we have the black and white border mesh, poly deco mesh, that I cut to 25. I cut 12 of them at 25 inches long, and I did the same for the green deco poly mesh. I cut it at 25 inches long, 12 of them at 25 inches long. Then I have had some green and black ribbon. This has got glitter. This is like satin. And I also cut white satin that I decided not to use, but I cut my ribbon to 13 inches long, and I'm just placing them in every one of the Chanel stems. And we have a letter T we're going to put on it. Once I get finished this, we'll put the T on it. Right now I'm just putting the ribbon in, cutting off the excess Chanel stem or pipe cleaner, tucking it under. And we're going to move on to putting on the T after this. And then once we get to the bow, we're done. So just got to, I think, put one or two more of these on, and we're done with the ribbon. Shot. Yep, it's on the floor. I'll get it. I'll go fishing for it. Okay, where's that? I got one. Where's my ribbon? All right. We're pushing this ribbon down to the inside the Chanel stem and giving it a couple of good twists to make sure it's secure in there. That's what you see my hands doing. The twisting of my hand is just twisting the Chanel stem. You get a good view of what's going on. So I gotta go fishing for the other ribbon that fell on the floor. Alright, I got it. We're back in business. Alright, this is our last one with the ribbon. Okay. I'm just twisting this around. Once again. And this method here you can use for any wreath design you want to do. You know, if you're doing a baby shower, if you're doing a Christmas wreath, if you're doing a Easter wreath, it's whatever, however you want it for whatever season. We're going to take this white ribbon and we're going to save this for another project. Let's get our tea. And I'm going to put it up here in the corner. I'm going to put it up here in the corner. I'll put a nice bow at the bottom here. So we see where our placement is, and what we do is we take the Chanel stems, which is now, I'm going to show you guys, the glue is now dried. It's dry. And we're going to stick this down in the mesh, down to the frame, and secure it. Sometimes it takes a little something to get it down, and you gotta play with it. You gotta push the mesh around a little bit to get your Chanel stem down in there. And then this is the Chanel stem on the back. I'm just going to give a little twist. I don't know about that placement. I want to make sure that placement is right. You do it here. It looks like it's not to the top. Let's see. It looks like it's more over to the side in the center. So we know we need to bring it up just a little bit more. So you always got to test it out first. You know, we got to bring it up some more. So we come more to the outside. And it's just a matter of me just trying to find a spot in between the deco mesh and fitting that down in there. And I'm flipping it over, and once again we're going to just give it a 1-2 twist just to hold it. And I think that came loose. It sure did. I didn't twist it good enough. So I'm going to go back in, see if we can get it back down in there. This back down in there. And it's wanting to be difficult to go through the mesh, but I finally got it. Okay, I got it. Okay. I twisted 3 times this time, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully it'll stay. Dang it. Okay, so, and we gotta go through this spot down here. thick down there, but we can get it through. We're just going to twist it once or twice just to see about that placement, and I like it. There you go. The deco mesh here with the ribbon. Got the deco mesh underneath with the ribbon. I just want to play around with it a little bit. And we will do fluffing and definitely all of that at the end. Alright, so let's make a bow. Alright. I think I want to do the polka dot at the bottom. And not sure about a tail, but we're going to go with about 9-inch tail. And give it a twist, stick it down in there. This is my easy bow maker. I love making my bows with my easy bow maker. Oh, I forgot a step. Wait. Gotta have a zip tie. Gotta have a Chanel step. Right? You know my rule. I put the zip tie down first, and then my Chanel stem going between the these two pieces right here, which I gotta bang in because it's loose. Okay. So you have that zip tie. Now we don't want the bow too big, so we're gonna go about maybe 5.5 inches. I think that'll be good. Yeah, about 5.5 inches. Stick it down and you give it a good twist. Bring that tail to you. Come down again to about 5.5 inches. How you can know whether you have it the same length is you have the measurements on the board. But I learned sometimes the measurements on the board, I don't know why, they'll add up for me. And then you bring them up to each other. That's about right. And then you follow that size. So I want to do a white on top of that. Measure the tails. And you just do the same size. And you cut it off. So that's all the white I'm going to use on this. I only wanted one piece of white. I want it more green and black than anything. And we're going to go with a green. Measure the tail. Give it a good twist. Give it a good twist. Don't know why this side always looks like it's longer. Don't know why. Don't know why, but it does. Okay, you got the green. I'm gonna leave the green on. We're gonna go in with the black. And I'm just putting my ribbon things right on top of the spool. I'm not even worrying about that because I'm gonna go back in with them in a little smaller bows. So now we want the black and white, which I forgot to cut off the end. So we want the black and white again. shorter tails, and you want the bow to be shorter than the first set, because this is the last set. So you got the black and white. You give it a little twist, and I don't know if that's about maybe 4.5 inches. And then I'm just gonna bring this one up on the side. Bring this one up on the side, and this side is a little longer, so we're gonna tuck it down some. And that's about right. We're gonna cut it off. Show the tail. And we're gonna do let's see. Let's do black for this one. And I know it looks like a hot mess, but when you're doing it, it'll be fine. We cut the tail off. We bring this tail in, twist, and twist, and we cut the tail off. So we know we finished with the black, and we're going to do the green. Uh-oh, we got all tangled here. Oh, a lot of the green came off. That's what happened. Okay. Okay. Cut off the green. I forgot to cut off the end of the green. Ha ha ha. There you go. Now I got an end. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? I got an end now. I got an end to the ribbon. I got an end to it. Alright. It's moved up a little bit. It's okay. This come out a little bit. When that happens, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you a little trick. You see this Chanel, this zip tie? Take the zip tie. Matter of fact, let's just use a longer one. I normally use a longer one. Take to have it stand up. Let's make sure we got the bow in here correct. We have it in here correct. We're going to put these two together. Now we're going to zip tie. Because when you pull it out, you can easily pull out that zip tie. It's not a big deal. But it'll help you keep your bow together. So I'm glad this happened. So I can show you guys if it happens to you in the middle of making your bow, that's how you can fix it. And you don't have to make it too tight, just enough for this to stick up so it can hold your bow together. See how that is? Then when you get to fluffing, when you pull it out and you doing your own zip tie to your bow, you can just cut that off. You can just cut that off. So there you go. And then you got these two together. It's not coming apart. We don't need this no more. I'm not going to do white. We're going to top it off with the green, and we're going to be done with this bow. We're going to attach it. All right. Now what we do is we bring up that Chanel that zip tie. Remember that zip tie is all the way at the bottom. And we're going to bring it, we're going to close it. Close it up some, not all the way. And then we can cut off this zip tie that we put in there, just to hold the piece together. And you got your bow. You want to pull this out. You want to bring this zip tie to the middle where that indent is. So you bring it in to that middle. You pull it around to the back. You make sure your ribbons are stacked on top. You can put this away now. You can bring your tails all to the front. So you have everything you wanted. Tails to the front. You can tighten it up just a little bit more. You got your Chanel stem on the back. This is what you're going to use to attach it to the wreath. So you can hold that. You can hold all three of them together. And then you can go through the process of just fluffing out your bow just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then you put this on this into this. And we're going to tighten it up a little bit more, get it all the way tight, cinch it in. You see how it made the bow puff up a little bit? That's what we wanted. And look, we have a bow. All right, let's cut off this Chanel stem in the back here, and let's attach it to the wreath, and we're done. I just pinched my finger. Okay. We want it to be right down here in the bottom, so we're right in there. So let's move this over. Let's get through this mesh again. I don't know. This mesh is trying to give me a hard time. Trying to get through it. Let's see how this goes. I hope you guys like it today. This was what I called a teacher's wreath because a teacher requested me to make it for her school. This is going on her classroom door. This was made on a 12-inch work form, wire work form that I purchased from Walmart. And it has the black and white border stripe mesh. That's green poly burlap striped mesh. Well, not striped mesh, but with foil mesh running through it. And that's cut at 25 inches long as well. It has white, black and white polka dot, green glitter, and black satin ribbon. Ribbon tails that were cut at 13 inches. And then we just did a gorgeous bow. And this wreath is done. We tie it down in the back here. I think it's got good placement. I will be covering the back with felt, so you won't see any of this in the back. All of this will be covered with felt, so you won't see any of that in the back. You won't see the back of the work form. But this is it. I'm going to fluff out my ribbons. Get them all nice and fluffed out, but this will be my teacher's bow, my teacher's wreath. I hope you guys love it, love the style. I hope you guys try it out. If you do, let me know. Take pictures and post it so I can see it. Hashtag time. I'll try to get back on here as soon as I can to do another wreath with you guys. And once again, thank you for watching Kathiem Creations make a beautiful teacher's wreath for her classroom door. I hope you guys love it. I know I do. I hope the color is coming out really good because it is Kelly green, black and white. I think it's going to look great on her door. And remember, you do this style for any color mesh and for any season. So I hope you guys really try it out. Until we meet again, you know what I always say, please stay safe. Bye.